In our special reports on SOEs tonight, China opened up its civil aviation industry to private investment 8 years ago, but the country's independent airlines have not had a smooth ride. Spring Airlines, which reported 500 million yuan in profits last year, is a rare bright spot. Wang Liu sat down with the airline's president and has this story.
When 69-year-old Wang Junhua told his friends he was entering the airline business 8 years ago, he did not receive a whole lot of support.
As soon as I walked in the door, my friend really told me off. He said, "You couldn't have done very good research. Do you even know the state of the airline industry?"
Still, the owner of a successful travel agency was determined to take on the challenge. So in 2004, Spring Airlines became one of the first to break the monopoly of the state-owned carriers. But while air travel in China soared over the past decade, China's private airlines have not been flying high. Remember East Star by any chance? It went bankrupt in 2009. And how about United Eagle? They only owned 5 airplanes and wound up selling them to Sichuan Airlines. 8 years later, only 2 or 3 out of 14 startups have made it through the turbulence, while others either went bankrupt or were acquired by their state-owned competitors. One of the biggest challenges for private airlines like Spring is the permission to fly the big money routes between China's most popular destinations. Here at Shanghai Hongqiao International Airport, you can fly with Spring to more than 20 cities, but there's only one flight to Beijing each day, and it gets you there after midnight.
The Chinese government is always trying to protect the SOEs. The SOEs, they are not only a huge company, and also they are dominating, they are collectively monopolizing the most important flying lines.
Shut out of some of the most lucrative routes by scheduling limitations, Spring Airlines positioned itself as China's only budget airline, offering cheap tickets by slashing overheads. The frugal business model has helped Spring Airlines not only survive, but report profit growth in 2011, while the big three, Air China, China Southern, and China Eastern, saw their profits decline. But with only 31 planes in use, Spring Airlines carries only 1 out of about 30 passengers in China.
If the government could allow Spring to open more new lines and also buy many new planes, I think Spring could have been going much faster.
And so Wang is trying to do just that. The company is actively preparing for an initial public offering to raise funds for new planes, and they're continuing to pursue the more lucrative lines, such as the direct flight between Shanghai and Taipei.
Every time there are new routes opening up, I apply for them. It's up to the government to decide if they will give them to me, but I have to do everything I can to get them.
Wang is prepared to fight an uphill battle, but would he do it again?
I would still choose the airline industry.
The company has added 47 new routes in the last 2 years, but Mr. Wang's struggle is far from over. He's still looking to add additional time slots on popular routes, so his flights won't have to land in Beijing after midnight. Wang Liu, Shanghai Live.